So yeah, what we're doing, we're just gonna do a short upwind tack, and then do a quick little pack down and show you what that's like. You know, having a wing and having this option available, I don't know, it just opens up a whole new world. Also kind of feels a little bit more adventurous in a way. You know, you're kind of combining surfing, wind sports, everything in one. Hey, I'm Jon Modica with Cabrinha. This is a really exciting new product for this year. This is called the Air. This is a 4-meter Air. What we did this year is we decided, hey, there's a purpose in our range and a customer that really wants an ultra simple, affordable, crazy lightweight wing. So what our designer Brody Sutherland did was took the Vision, which has got a little more dihedral, a little bit more user-friendly to use, and hyper simplified it. You know, although we love our really hard handles, they do add weight and they add a lot of cost. Front handles as well. We remove battens, reinforcements, everything we could do to get the weight down. And the result is pretty much the lightest wing on the market that's not in a really expensive material. Who is this wing for? Well, for me, it's for anybody who really needs a lightweight wing at the end of the day. But the two big groups of people that I think will benefit from this are lighter weight people, kids, smaller women, smaller men for that matter, who, you know, if they're riding a 3.5 meter wing in 15 knots, they're really gonna benefit from a lighter wing. A 3.5 meter Mantis, for example, with hard handles, that's really made for a guy in more than 20 knots, and it flies best for those conditions. So this wing is gonna excel for a smaller size and lighter weight rider conditions. The other group of people that I fall into, because I'm definitely not a lighter weight person anymore, is somebody who likes to do these wing up, pack down downwinders, because now you've got a super simple, lightweight product that again is affordable, and it packs into a tiny little ball and weighs nothing. So when it's on your back or strapped to your board, it feels like it's not even there, which is something we're gonna show you today. It's good. It's probably about 18 to 20 maybe in the puffs, small wind chop, beautiful, beautiful water. You know, pretty much a nice, normal South Florida day. I'm on a, for anybody who cares, a 1300 H series, so a pretty big front wing. It's not crazy high aspect, but pretty high aspect. And this is a 4-meter Air, which is, you know, it's probably about 18 right now, maybe up to 20, and I'm pretty powered. Like, I could definitely take it into more wind, but with this big of a foil, I'd be happy to go a half size or even a full meter down to like a 3.5. I find for these wing up, winder, pack down, whatever, a 3.5 and a 5 quiver is pretty much all you need. If it's windier, if you can't go on a 3.5, it's pretty windy at that point, and a 5 on this size of foil is you know, pretty good in light winds. I mean, 12 knots is no problem with that kind of setup, so you don't really need much more than that. You know, you want to find the troughs more than anything. People are, you know, you don't really need to necessarily look for the heights of the waves. You want to look for a little bit more of troughs, and you know, you'll get that a little more offshore where, you know, there's a little bit more of a roller and the wave is turned in less at the beach. As you get closer, the waves kind of straighten out a little bit. And right here is pretty good. This is like, I can clearly see a little bit more of a bump going on here. And great dismount, beautiful, 10 points. So as far as packing down is concerned, I leave the leash attached for a little while, just in case something crazy happens. Below my inflation valve, the Air has a 2-point inflation, which I really actually like, just less weight, less hoses, things like that. You do want to keep this as dry as possible, and you know, the best way you do that is, oh, you know what, I made a big mistake. I forgot to take off my paddle from the setup first. So I guess it doesn't really matter at the end of the day, but good to know. What do you do with your paddle when you're folding up the wing? I just throw it under one of my legs. It's actually a nice little balance point. So as far as keeping your wing dry, I haven't done a great job so far because of that, but I do the inverted taco, so I've got the strut and the handles facing up. And then I do kind of a quick wingtip fold so I don't let the center of the wing get too wet which tends to retain water the most. Try to do this fold up in my lap as much as I can, and you know, if the tail gets a little wet, no big deal, that'll drain off pretty effortlessly. And then, I'm just gonna hold this up, let the water, any kind of water that's kind of collected, drain out. Again, I want my pack as light as I can get it, and every cup of water weighs something, so I'm just gonna give this a second here, let it drain off as much as I can. I don't go too crazy with the fold. You don't have to make it too manicured. I actually do a third fold. It looks like I'm folding in half, but it's actually a bit of a third. And then I just tuck the tail in at the end, because again, we don't have to be too clean here. This is, doesn't have to be a nice job. It's just for a couple minutes of storage, and then you're gonna unpack it and dry it off, because you gotta take care of your wing. If you have a really small bag like I do, obviously you wanna make this fold a bit tighter. If you've got a big loose one, makes it easier, but I find that you really wanna get the smallest bag you can comfortably put something in, because then it's nice and compacted at the end. There's cinch straps and stuff on bags, but honestly, at the end of the day, I would just do it this way. After it's in the bag, then I take the leash off. You can leave it on, I guess. It's not really going anywhere, but I like to keep things nice and tidy. The important thing with your wing bag is that you have a chest strap. Like pretty much any of these waterproof bags will do. The Kind makes a great one. There's a bunch of them you can get. You don't have to get anything too fancy, but definitely make sure you have a chest strap, as this one does, so that it's a nice secure fit. You really don't want this thing wobbling around. And if you've done a good job and your wing packs up nice and it's light, do I notice it? Yeah, but is it a big deal? No, it's definitely not a big deal. And there we go. Easy as pie. Always looking for the troughs, keeping speed up, ride high when you need speed, pump through to get to the steep section, and have fun, most importantly. Yeah, this is nice, It's downwinders are really fun. I love doing it as a group, but if you're in a rush, you just want to do a short run, test a foil, or if you just don't have the luxury of getting together with a group one day, having a wing and having this option available, I don't know, it just opens up a whole new world. Also kind of feels a little bit more adventurous in a way. You're kind of combining surfing, wind sports, everything in one. I'd argue this is like the ultimate waterman's sort of toolkit here, between a wing and a downwind foil setup. It doesn't need, today it's pretty windy, but 12, 13 knots and knee-high bumps, gets me excited. So pretty much in love with doing this on a regular basis now. Oh, there's a good wave. Which way am I going with the paddle? I have no idea. Just making it up as I go. And yeah, good time. Thanks for watching.